Okay. And YouTube is, let's see, well, first things first. Okay. YouTube is telling me I have a little dot that has a green dot with the word excellent next to it. I don't know what that means. I'm going to assume that they've already rated my live streams and that they're excellent. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. And that. And that. And that. Let's go here. So yesterday I put some code into simple playback C so that we can play sounds and cancel them through Mini Audio's low-level API. And I missed, there should be two. Anyways, I don't spend much time on these write-ups. Let's fix it now. Well, let's fix it now. Okay. And that was testing sound 2. Get to see how these markups. VC dir. No, I don't use magit or maggot or whatever it is. And it will show up whenever GitHub feels like it should do whatever it needs to do to publish it. Okay, so low-level API must be used to play sound files preloaded into memory. See yesterday's live stream or the previous one. All I've done is write some wrapper code to make that a little easier to use. It wouldn't be very easy to use the Mini Audio low-level API through Lisp. And once I test it, begin moving functions in there prefixed with snd underscore over to the sound.c module, which compiles to libsound.sharedObject. Once we're complete, we should be able to call these functions, call exported functions from the Lisp REPL or whatever. So what do I mean by exporting? I have a little program called cffigen.lisp, which parses a limited form of C function declarations. It's like so, type name, function name, parameters, or the word void. And the tag is just // export. And it produces a C FFI def C fun. Have some noise outside. For example, the C declaration such and such, like so, produces this when run through cffigen.lisp. The export below, let me explain that. Okay, recent, where are you? UI dash C. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So export, this is all part of a package. So all of this code here goes in, for example, goes into the package UI. And rather than have a big export list at the top, I just export the CFFI gen just generates a little piece of export code. Okay. And there's our simple playback. Okay, so where are we with this simple playback? Well, it seems after yesterday's evening live stream, I added a little menu and a switch on the choice. It seems to be okay, except get char. Wait, well, let's illustrate. Let me get rid of a few things here. Let me get rid of my clickbait. Let me get rid of the desktop, and let me leave that right there. Okay. Let's run it through the terminal. Right there, 1994. Okay, so it loaded 3 sounds. And if we list, there's our list. And this is the character code, the ASCII code of what it just got to get char. Right here. Right there. There's our list. So the sound stored in index 1 is nowhereland mp3, 2 is sound.wave. And then it reads in get char. And, or I'm sorry, and a new line, which is 10, ASCII 10. And doesn't know what to do, so it just prints the menu again. So if we can have an immediate, maybe this was a bad idea. Let's just do this. This is why I use numbering, for this very reason. Although I'll never remember these numbers. I've forgotten how to get a character unbuffered. Let's see what we can find here. It's just, well, we can still run this. Show sounds currently playing. Nothing. Should say no sound there. No sounds currently playing. Okay, then it sees 10. This is kind of irritating. The way it prints these, we gotta fix this. Okay, so let's play a sound, and we'll play the sound. We'll play Nowhere Land, credited in the description. So P, and that will be what? That will be 0. How many times to play? 1. Milliseconds to stagger each repetition. It probably has some code there that it's just 1, there are no repetitions. Well, let's do this just to explain what that means. Okay, so there's our sound list, and let's play P, and we'll play 01, or just 1. Number of times to play. Let's play it 20 times. and with a half-second delay, or quarter-second. Ready? Okay, that's what I mean. But we have to get rid of this this printing also, because what we want is while everything is playing. For example, this illustrates it perfectly. Let's say play and then 0, and then play it once, and then 0 millisecond stagger. That in 20? Why was that in slot number 20? It should be in slot 0. But okay, let's clean up this UI first, and then we'll solve the slot number 20 problem. So if we show sounds currently playing, it says somewhere no sounds. Okay, we need to clean this up somehow and get rid of those messages scrolling when showing, explaining that it's put something on a cancel list and that it's actually canceled it and it's playing, and so on and so on. All part of today's plan, quit. Oh, yeah. Let's explain what happens there, because we do when we say quit, we just do a cancel all, which all that does is it adds whatever is currently playing onto the cancel list. So, for example, let's do 2 of them. Staggered 1/10 of a second. And so it says 2 left to cancel, cancels 0. Why doesn't it say that it canceled number 1? Or we have a little debugging to do. Hold on a minute. Okay, P, and we will that will be 0, and we'll play it twice with a 1/10 of a second delay. Canceling 0. It should have also said canceling 1. We'll figure that out. Well, there's a quick way to check is on quit. We'll sleep for 2 seconds. Okay. It really is canceling them. All of them. Could be that it could be that the cancel thread died. Yeah, we should, we need to also, let's make a note here. We need to properly terminate that thread. Which is, which means that, oops. Which means that, yeah, that might take a little bit of work. Because we'll have to acquire the mutex, signal the condition, and then unlock the mutex for no other reason than, and then set a flag somewhere. For no, when all that unlock lock is there just because we want to wake it up. Okay, easy stuff first. Let's get rid of those printfs that get in the way. And we'll do that. Is it Alt-SO? That can stay. That can stay. This can go. Let's use square brackets for indices when we print instead of round brackets. As if it really matters. Well, it does matter. Let's be consistent. Well, that's not really terminology. Think. Maybe we should have a cancel all function as well. Let me see if I have any chats. I should, if I do have any, I would think that I would get them on this pop-up. I'm not really sure how to use OBS Studio to its fullest. So let's check on my phone. I don't want to do it on my computer because even though the sound was turned down on YouTube, I got a lot of feedback, not from viewers. Okay, how do I do this? I don't know. Open app, I guess. Okay. Bear with me, please. Let's turn the sound down. No chat. Okay. Okay. Cancel all. I'm not fixing that warning. I tried to fix it, and it should be a little bit easier to see what's going on without all the extra. List. Preloaded sounds, where are you? Right here. You also notice that I have sound duplicated. It like doesn't check. Play sound. We'll just do Nowhere Land, which is index 0 in the list. How many times to play? 4. Canceled. Okay, and we should maybe we can have functions like get number of currently playing sounds to some level of accuracy. Which would be nice. But for now, let's fix this get char issue, which is the next easiest thing. And I think, let's see, man, get ch, no. Okay, go online. Do this. Curses. Okay. So I have to include curses. Do I have to initialize this thing? Do I have to read all this? That's the worst part of it. Okay, get ch. Let's just read the blurb here. Get or push back characters from curses terminal keyboard. I'm sure you have to initialize this thing. Curses is an old C library to do. How would I put it? sort of like address locations on the screen and have, instead of this very primitive, almost teletype mode here, you would have something that's screen oriented. This is basically just a big roll of paper, or that's what it's simulating. But like this, say nano. So here's something that probably uses curses or something like curses, where I can move the cursor around. That's what it's called, curses. And you can do scrolling, things like that. And I am almost certain that you have to initialize all this stuff. Is there a way in Linux I can just get, so let's say Linux. If anybody out there in chat land knows, let me know how do I do this. In Microsoft C, it was like, it's super easy. Get KBD or something. Well, all right. Get KBD. What is this? I don't know what Bascom Electronics is. Back in MS-DOS days, you would just say get KBD or something like that. And it just, no, I don't want to get the current working directory. Okay, I'm going to have to resort to this. Now, if I had, if I had command, like if I had numbers, and I did a scanf, then it would just skip over the non-numeric characters. But I don't want to do that because I can't remember. Not very mnemonic. What if I did a %s? We're going to lower ourselves to the lowest of the low of the low because I'm going to actually click. I don't know, my eyes might burn out of my sockets if I go to Stack Overflow. I have installed, I had, etc., and here's the output. How are your RAM? It doesn't wait for me to press any key, and now somebody's going to scream at him. Here's your corrected version, explaining what's wrong with the commands. Okay. Yep, and it curses. In curses, you have to use curses functions for all terminal I/O. Nope, not going to happen. I'm not rewriting my printfs using curses functions. There has to be a way. There has to be a way. Okay. Are we going to spend our entire live stream on this? Yeah, absolutely. How long have we been going? Absolutely, because this is programming. Let's see, how long have we been going? 30 minutes. 30 minutes just to get it on. So Linux get character unbuffered. I'm going to go to Stack Overflow again because I really just don't want to mess with this. And this is out of control. I just don't want to do this. So we'll do something else. What if we live dangerously and we have a buffer of 10 characters, and I don't care if I have a buffer overrun, and we do scanf. I think scanf will skip blanks. let's see, scanf. I never use scanf, except now. Okay, scanf. And it doesn't really tell me anything about what it's doing. Okay. Here we go. And, okay, so that's like the general case. Let's do S. I think if we say %S in scanf, matches a sequence of non-white space characters. That's exactly what I want. So S. Fighting scanf. Let's list. Okay, that's great. Let's show. Looks good. Let's indent this menu so I can see things. Quit. It waits for 3 seconds. There. We can take that. Let's indent the menu so that I can read. Trivial thing, but I don't know how many spaces. Okay, so now we can test. There are the preloaded sounds. No sounds currently playing. Nothing to cancel. We'll play. We should. I keep thinking of features to add to this program, and there's no reason to do that because once we have all the code in this program in the shared objects, which we can call from list, then we can do whatever we want easily. So let's just let's play 0, 0, and we'll play 3 times with again 1/10 of a second. So it seems to work, but I wouldn't really call that a real test. And we can do more interesting things with Lisp, or we can do it in C too. But let's get this code where it needs to belong. And that is in sound.c. Well, let's take a look at the makefile first. We have a makefile. Okay. So somewhere, not here, here, no. Okay, so these are our modules, sound.c This produces a shared object. This produces a shared object. All the C files produce shared objects so that they can be called with CFFI. So let's take an example. Let's take a sample. Well, let's look at sound. Okay. So the end product of the C code in sound.c, not simple playback. That's what we were playing with a few minutes ago. That was just test. Is libsound. And then after that, we run the CFFI gen Lisp program. Which produces sound under sound-cffi Lisp. Not really a big fan of these things because I don't remember what they are. I can never remember. You know, you could have said, you know, target, and you could have said dependencies. But no, we have $sign and funky character. I suppose that at is kind of like target, I guess. Okay, and then we generate, oh yes, oh yeah, the run CFFI gen also will produce an H file, header file. Like so. Auto-generated. I thought we had a note at the top saying it's auto-generated. That's okay. So we do this for UI. Every C file is built, and CFFI file is built here in the make file. Okay, so we are going to pull bunch of code from simple playback the test program. We're going to put it into sound.c. We will then run makefile. It will build the shared object file, libsound.so, and all the Lisp header, for lack of a better term, and the C header. So sound.c. And there we go. And so as I explained before, any C function tagged with export will be picked up by the Lisp program to generate FFI. So at some point, I started working in, we're going to take a bunch of these things out. In fact, we're going to take almost everything out. I started working in the C, in sound.c, but then I really wanted to sort of, I didn't want to contaminate that, so I just started working on this test program, simple playback C. So that's gone. We keep that. We keep this. So we kick this. We kick that. It's gone. Everything here is gone, and we are going to have to gone. We're going to start from scratch. I'm only going for an hour. What time is it? It's a little bit after 5. I'll have another evening. And then probably what will happen, the same thing that happened yesterday, I'll have an evening live stream and say I'll see you tomorrow or whatever. And I'll I'll sit up late at night and finish what I had hoped to achieve. I suppose I could use GitHub to revert. No, I don't want to mess with that. There's only one exported, let's see. There's only one piece of code, sound play file once, that we're calling, it should be called right now, but I ran CFFI gen in the middle of development, you know, writing the sound.c code. So let's get it back to its original state. Which is trivial. I think that's it. And let's see if the old trivial version is working. So make, let's do this. All. Okay, let's see what our stk.alloc.h. Our dependencies correct here. Okay. Let's take a look at sound. Let's take a look at the CFFI file for sound. Yes, and there we are. Sound play file once. And what CFFI will do is it will lispify this name. So in the name list in the shared object file, it lives with that name, but CFFI will conveniently change those underscores to dashes. Okay. Where is the package? Oh, yes. Now I know why package.lisp exists in every project. I won't explain why, but okay, so it's SND. grep. Let's look for everything. SND : Lisp. And we don't need to initialize anymore, but let's leave that comment in there. Should we run it now? It's, how long have we been going? 39 minutes, that's it. 20 more minutes. Okay, let's go. Let's start our Lisp up. There we go. I'm calling the game Breakout. It might not turn out to be Breakout. Okay. That's very nice. Okay. Okay, so our shared object, as trivial as it is in good shape. So let's start moving stuff over. And if you get the impression that I want to leave, I do. So this is a list of sounds that are loaded. We are going to manage that in Lisp, and we are going to manage it. How are we going to manage it? I talked about in yesterday's post, I talked about this, region-based memory management. All of that is exported, and it can be called through Lisp. So the let me bring in the file. There's not much to it, but yes, you can use C pointers in Lisp. And there it is. So you can get returns a pointer. This exported function returns a pointer. This function takes a pointer to free the block above that pointer and everything up above, everything above, and so on. And you can read a file, which we in simple playback, we read file. We didn't call it through shared object though. We just linked directly against stack.alloc. By the way, yesterday's big success was getting this to happen. Oh, now it doesn't happen anymore. Okay. Getting indentation to work in Emacs, if you don't want to stick with the defaults for a particular style, is a giant pain. I'm going to have to live with this. I prefer this. We'll just do this. Okay, anyways, I'm digressing. So, let's go back. Simple playback. Oops. So this from yesterday. This was our list of sounds, and I didn't do a write-up on this because this code isn't going to be permanent. It's very simple. This thing will live somewhere in a Lisp file, in Lisp code. And the list of sounds loaded will be managed in Lisp. Now the list of sounds playing will be managed in C. because we would have to export all of this stuff. And I don't want to mess with that. It's better done in C. And I apologize, my dog has a bit of a throat. She's doing better. Okay. She knows that it's almost dinner time. Okay, let's go back to where we were. This really belongs up here. Even though it's in the test program. And this doesn't belong here. Everything's totally out of whack. Where's my list of, here it is. Okay, array of sound. Okay, I have these. We will compile this program and use it for test purposes later. So let's keep everything in order. So this array is just a list of that type def struct sound underscore t. Okay. We have a comment. I think that adequately describes what's going on. Move the cancel list over. So everything will work exactly as it does, exactly as described in yesterday's blog post. And as it lives in this, as it is in this simple playback, we're just going to move everything over and adapt where necessary. Okay. This will be static. It will not be exported. And we're going to rename to my preferred. I'll put function comments in later. Okay, and I don't like this convention, and there's a good reason for it, for me not liking it. is because I know that p output, for example, is a pointer, but this convention of putting the star next to the type name does not work with function pointers. So the whole philosophy of C declarations was that the declaration matches the use. When you dereference for pointers and arrays. Frame count. I don't like camel case, sorry. And yes, I finally this. Let's see if we have any chat. Someone gave a thumbs up. It's probably me. Let's see. Live chat. Nothing. Okay, it's fine with me. I don't want to talk to anybody. Unfortunately, we're going to have to use this convention here because the structure, the MA device structure, has named it. We will have, obviously, in our shared object, we will not have a main function. So let's just skip. Skip over it. And I believe also that this callback is static, not exported. Okay, I believe I'm going to terminate stream in a second. I'm just going to compile, see if everything compiles, and I might be back this evening. Okay. We need this. What is it called? We need. This is standard atomic. Let's just compile it again to eliminate those. Okay. Where am I? Frame count. Oh, no, it's not going to compile because it references It references sound cancel async. Okay. Well, progress has been made. And all of today's blog post will apply to the next live stream whenever that happens.